So I'm Karen Jones, and thank you for joining me this morning for this live. And what I'm speaking about today is embodied awareness. Embodied awareness. I did a poll, and that's got some votes for that one. So I wanted to start with saying, what the heck is embodied awareness, and why in the world should we be concerned? Why should we think about it at all? So embodied awareness is made up obviously of two words, and that means there's two parts to it. One of them is being in your body, and one of them is being aware. Okay, so those are the two parts. So let's speak to why we want to be aware. So what does that mean? Part of awareness comes into being able to figure out or know or sense what is going on inside me. What do I want? What do I need? What am I feeling? What am I longing for? Because if we don't have that internal awareness, then we're going to be going through life in a pretty frustrated fashion. So being aware can be really, really helpful. Secondly, when you're aware, you can also notice if you're responding to something or reacting to something. So just really quick, most of us, when we're in reaction, what that is something happens and I'm mad, sad, glad, or feeling bad in some way, and I speak out of that. Or okay, there's a leak in the pipe and I got to call the plumber, and I'm angry and upset and grouching at the receptionist and things like that. That would be what I call reacting. Responding is if I have a leak and I need to call the plumber, and I'm aware of, oh, this is not what I expected. I wasn't thinking this was going to happen today, but okay, I this is what happened. I can allow it to be there, and let me do the resourceful thing. Let me get on the phone with the plumber and see if they can come over as soon as they can. So the difference between then awareness, between reaction and responding, and you get that by being aware. Also, when I'm aware of myself, I'm more able to connect with the person I'm with. So if I'm not aware of myself, I can't, it's much harder for me to empathize or be compassionate with the person I'm with, or get a sense of what is their perspective anyway. So being aware lets me be more connected with the other person. And I can, from that position of being aware, I can more powerfully impact from my life, the people around me, whatever I'm really wanting and dreaming of impact. If I'm aware, it can happen more powerfully. Okay, embodied. So a lot of us, if you notice just where you are right now, where is your center of awareness right now? For a lot of us, it's up in our heads. We're thinking, we're talking, we're thinking about what we want to say in response to whatever the person we're conversing with says. We're thinking about work, we're planning. So a lot of time the center of awareness is in our heads. At least it is for me a lot when I'm thinking and planning and all that kind of stuff. The problem is when my center of awareness is up in my head, my energy field is more concentrated in my head, and that actually can bring a sense of being unsafe when I'm not in my body, because my head's just sort of floating around there, and so I can feel unsafe. And that underlying unsafe feeling can lead to or increase the experience of fear and anxiety, and stress, all those things that a lot of us are feeling these days with all that's going on, with the virus, with people being out of work, a lot of uncertainty, protests, a lot of structural systemic changes beginning to happen in our society. It's very unsettling, very unsettling. So when we're in our heads, we're going to be more apt to have that fear and anxiety. And so, yeah, what do we do about it? What can we do about that? Also, then If I'm in my body, I'm way more connected with my needs, my feelings, my yearnings. If I'm coming at it from my head, I'm kind of guessing what I'm thinking or feeling. Maybe I'm having feelings and being overwhelmed by them because I don't know what to do with them. I'm feeling afraid or unsettled or bad or upset or grief, and I don't know what to do with them if I'm in my head, if I'm not in my body, because these feelings, these emotions are being held in our bodies. The other thing we can do with being embodied is actually shift from I'm a victim of my circumstances stance to an empowered stance that says I have some choices here, and let me consider resourcefully where I have choices, because I have choices in how I think and how I feel and how I respond to what's going on, even if I can't change the external circumstances. Also, being embodied really helps me have the experience of personal power. Again, that's the ability to respond to what's going on around me, even if that power is simply over how I'm responding and working with what's going on in me. And it also, from an embodied place, I can more resourcefully connect with other people. It's way easier to empathize, to having compassion for what another person's going through, for being able to be curious about the other person's perspective when I'm embodied. So there's some good reasons to go ahead and do that. So let's go over some just quick and easy, down and dirty steps to being embodied and having embodied awareness. Okay, and there's a lot more that can be said about it, but I wanted to give you guys just 4 quick steps how to do this. Okay, number 1, have your attention on your breath and in your body. So if you're in a place where you can, just sit down or lie down, whatever you're doing, and bring your awareness to your breath, to your chest. So your chest rising and falling as you breathe. And down further into your belly, how your belly rises and falls when you breathe. And now down, awareness down into your hips and pelvis. Now for women, this area of our hips and pelvis is our center of power. So being embodied, awareness in your hips and pelvis. This both brings down your energy, so it's throughout your body. So it brings a feeling of the possibility of safety here. So that's step number 2, awareness in your hips and pelvis. Step number 3, there is many parts of this. I can have the part of me that's having a tantrum. I can have the part of me that's real capable. I can have the part of me that is compassionate. But let's focus our awareness, bring to our awareness the part of me that is the most resourceful, the part of me that is when I am the most myself, when I'm the most being me, whether it's leading a project, being part of a project at work, whether it's doing something at home with the family or the kids or your friends. When you are the most real, you're the most experienced, you're the most capable, you're the most resourceful, you're the most compassionate. Who you are when you're really present for a friend or a family member who's going through some tough stuff. Let her be here, her present. So that's step number 3. And the way to get there is bring up a situation where you most felt capable and resourceful and compassionate, and move into that feeling experience And that's that resourceful part. So that's step number 3. And then step number 4, from this stance in your body, awareness in your hips and pelvis, your center of power, and that resourceful part of yourself. Now bring your awareness to whatever the situation is, whether it's internal or external, that you want to be present for, that you want to have embodied awareness for. Maybe you've been feeling upset. Now you can explore inside yourself, what's this all about? From a place of your internal power, from a place of being in your body, and from a place of your compassionate, resourceful self, extending your compassion to yourself. Perhaps it's a situation external to you, maybe something at work or with your family that has been upsetting or concerning in some way. Now you can actually be able to connect with that situation. So again, just to recap, there are reasons why it is so essential to be embodiedly aware of what's going on around. It helps you connect with yourself, with the other people from a more powerful position. The steps to do that: number 1, be in your body, and following your breath is a great way to do that. Feeling yourself breathe in your chest, in your belly. Number 2, awareness in your hips and pelvis, your center of power. Number 3, connecting in with that wise, resourceful, capable, compassionate self that you are. And step number 4, from that stance, what is it you are wanting to explore? Whatever's going on in yourself or externally, explore it from that place and see what happens. Very good. Now, one of the things that I have done is I've made a short 5-minute audio to help the listener get into her body. So become embodied. And I will be checking and see, but if anybody's interested in that, please post in the comments or direct message me on Messenger, and I'd be happy to send that over to you. But it's something that you can use like right before, like whenever you're feeling like you're out of your body and unsafe, it's a good time to listen to it. When you're about to do something that is, run a meeting or be part of a meeting that's stressful, or you just need to really come back to yourself before you go interact with someone, listen to it. Just take the 5 minutes, listen to it, see how it is for you. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Use it and give me your feedback, because that would be so fun to hear how it is. Anyway, thanks for listening. Again, my name is Karen Jones, physician, energy healer, transformational facilitator, and my joy is to mentor women in their own self-mastery, because as we do our own inner transformation, then we can start making the really tangible steps in the outer world to manifest what we desire. Whether that desire is to have greater impact, have global impacts, up-level your impact, whether your desire is to have more time because you won't waste it spinning your wheels, so you have more time to be with the people you love and do what you love to do, and just enjoy your life instead of being in reaction. Thank you. It's been lovely to be with you. Be well. Listen again if you'd like. Love you, everybody. Bye-bye.